Good morning. I'm Mary Winters. I'm a gerontologist and the owner of About Senior Solutions. And looks like we're going to be a little bit frozen today. So let's see what happens. We are. And make sure that your vision of aging is what you want your whole life. The whole reason we put this program together is to make sure that you have fantastic resources to make sure that you have exactly what you want, you're empowered, and you have what you need, you're safe, and what your plan is fits in with your finances. So if you are in a situation where you can still work and adjust your finances, you're still also able to control what you want for your care later on. But let's talk about decision makers, because I think that's really, really important. We're going to talk about decision makers today, but before that, we're going to go ahead and we are going to celebrate somebody's. Oh no, we're going to ask a caregiver question. So let's see if we can find Steve McCullough and ask a caregiver question. I almost forgot you. I can't believe that. Hi, morning.
What did you forget about me?
I don't know. That was terrible. So what kind of questions do we get?
We have a good question. It comes from one of our viewers. She's a single child. Mm-hmm. She spends a lot of time looking for resources to take care of her mom, who's home alone. And she wants to know if there is a location where she could, like a centralized location where she could go to find all the resources she might need to look after her mom.
That's a really good question. And I think people are really, they spend a lot of time looking for things that they don't have to look for, or that are not essential to their parents or their particular situation. So really including experts in this is so important. So that's actually what we do. We call it a care plan, or it would be some kind of a consultation to understand what we can do to put things together. In fact, you know what? Let me see if I have the dial here. I do. So I'm just going to play this really fast. So when we put a plan together, this is unique to what anybody else does. We look at the individual's wishes, what we need to do to keep them safe, and what their financial situation is to accommodate what they want and what will keep them safe. And then the arrow around the diagram, it indicates that it changes over time. So depending on what your age is, what your situation is, maybe you had a fall and broke your leg, and you're only 50, but you need some different safety support, some crutches, say. And then with your finances, do you need extra care or support in your house? Are you able to do that? So I think it's essential for people who are worried or trying to find everything. And a lot of people don't know about care management. So it's just something that's really important to seek out. There's a national organization, the Association of Aging Life Care Managers. And there are also lots of organizations, area agency on aging. So not just my agency, About Senior Solutions, but especially for lower income, they have loads and loads of programs under Medi-Cal to support care plans. Talk to your physician. There are also some things, or your parent's physician. There are also some programs under care management through medical associations or medical groups and providers, the larger insurance providers. So there's a lot available to put a inclusive picture together. And I think the thing that's so difficult is when you don't plan in advance, you don't know what somebody needs or doesn't have. Or for instance, sometimes people look for life insurance policies and they've never existed. Or we stumble across things that with a long-term care insurance policy that they never shared, but it's going to save them hundreds of thousands of dollars over their lifetime. And a caregiver stumbled across it, snooping through paperwork. I was like, oh well, that's kind of good. But it is interesting how if we don't really create a plan for ourselves, how we're just going willy-nilly. I mean, that's with anything, with your finances, or if you're building a house or you're deciding to go out on vacation, you're just going to go around willy-nilly unless you have a plan to go somewhere or to do something. The other thing I saw with a client a few years ago was they were moving from one area to another, outside of one county into another. And they were really frustrated trying to figure out how to get hospice services to translate over to that other area. And they were making themselves crazy communicating with the insurance companies. And I just said, just get rid of one and we'll move you to the other and start you. And I'm like, really? It's that easy? Yeah, it's that easy. But they spent
Right.
8 hours. They spent 8 hours trying to figure out how to coordinate that transfer. So use experts. 211 is also a great one in LA County. Lots and lots of resources. It won't put a plan together for you, but it's a great resource. Area Agency on Aging is all over the United States. Lots of resources, but they won't put a plan together. But great, great, great opportunities to get things that you might need. Reach out to your local hospitals. Some of them have programs. So, but definitely reach out to do a search on geriatric care management and get a plan. Reach out to people and talk to them about putting a plan together. We'd offer that in our office too. And hopefully you can put years back on your life and have a really great strategic plan for your parents' care. And it's really hard when you're an only child too. So I get it.
I would add to have a plan, but also share that plan, right?
Because yeah, absolutely.
I have a friend who his dad passed away, and his dad had those policies, and he had, all kinds of businesses that he was part of, and he shared with my friend that, hey, I have this, I have that, I have this, life insurance policy, but he didn't share updated information with my friend as far as like passwords to get in and access some of these documents. And part of the passwords that he shared were off. They weren't working. Either they had been changed, or the dad had wrote down, a wrong number, a wrong letter. And that just caused a lot of confusion, a lot of delay, and going back and forth to different agencies to get access to records and stuff, and just kind of finalize something. So have the plan is great. Sharing that plan so people know that it exists and know how to access these records too, I would imagine, is also equally important.
Very, very true. In fact, I'll go back to the acronym I created at the very beginning of starting my business. It's the idea that planning is a gift. It's a gift to yourself too. It's a gift to the people who are having to plan for you. And when you plan in advance, it helps everyone, really. I don't understand why some people think that, I guess they think they're going to die suddenly, and so there's no planning needed for them. But then it's still the challenge to pick up the pieces afterwards. And honestly, the people who really plan well are the ones who got stuck without a plan for their parent or for a loved one. And so they're thinking, I'm not doing that to my friends or my family. So those are the people who really plan when they realize how hard it was to go through that without one. But the acronym GIFT, it stands for GIFT. So gather your information. Everybody has to start somewhere in the process. Gather your information, decide what you want. What do you not want? Sometimes that's even a better area or way to start. What do you not want? And from there, you look exactly at the opposite of which creates what you do want, right? And then you go out and you inform the people of what your wishes are. You get your group together. You tell everyone that these are the wishes that I have. So you inform those who need to be part of your plan. Would you be my decision maker on health? Some people aren't comfortable with that. So having these decisions in advance of all of a sudden being bombarded with, oh gosh, I didn't know that she or he put me on their plan. What do I do? What do I do? But then you have to, if you put your plan together, an estate plan in particular, you have to follow through with everything. You have to cross your T's and dot your I's, because until it's complete, it doesn't exist. And then you have to tell everybody what is in that plan, and possibly provide them with that plan, or at least let them know that it's with your attorney, or that it's in the right side of your desk in a red folder, or whatever that might be. So if you gather the information, inform those who need to be part of that, follow through to completion, and then tell everybody what your plan is, it's a gift. It's a gift to yourself. It's a gift to the people that make a decision for you. So another little tidbit there that hopefully will help. So any other questions I think that people have? That was a long answer. But any other questions that people have, they should send them to you to info@aboutseniorsolutions.com. And I know you'll get around to them, right?
Yeah, we get great questions. So
We do get great questions.
yeah, absolutely. Our viewers generate great questions, so please keep them coming, and we'll help get answers to you.
Sounds great. Well, how about we celebrate a 100th birthday, and then we'll come back and chat a little bit about what day in sports it is. And did you know that it's actually National Chocolate Covered Raisin Day? Chocolate Covered Raisin Day. I can say that.
I know that now.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and celebrate a birthday. How's that?
Sounds good.
Going to talk about this day in sports. So, Steve, look at it is National Chocolate Covered Raisins Day. So let's see what the pun is today on that. It's the price of candy at the movie theater is getting more and more ridiculous. They're always Raisinets. Okay, I'm not sure that I really got that one, but
I see that.
The perk is fun. The perk is fun. We have the word search in the back, and you can get this for free. You can call and ask Ginny for the perk, and we will get you on the mailing list and make sure that you have a copy of this moving forward. So share it with your grandchildren or with your family. But it's a great little brain teaser, a little conversation piece on the front and a little brain teaser on the back. So enjoy.
Yeah, I told you when my mom was in the hospital and had her assisted living, they would have that on her nightstand a lot. So we'd go visit, and that was a good talking point. We do the word search, or we talk about what day it was, and just something to have a conversation about. So it was nice to have.
Yeah, it's really nice. So hold on for 1 second. We'll find out what day and sports it is. Let's just jump over to a little life enhancement commercial here. Here we go. So we are rolling out our life enhancement program. It's really exciting. We're doing some virtual work in the small boarding cares, and we are meeting one-to-one with people currently in their homes and in some of the assisted living settings. So it's pretty exciting. It's something that they're looking forward to when they get together with their coach. And I think it's really exciting to see people smiling and happy and moving things forward that they really want to do in their life. So welcome, and give us a call, and we'll set you up with whatever you might need in regards to life enhancement programming. So tell me, what is today's date what happened today in sports?
Today in sports history. So in 1975, Muhammad Ali defeated Chuck Webner. Chuck Webner was a journeyman boxer, and he was 19 seconds away from finishing a 15-round fight with the heavyweight champion, Muhammad Ali. Nobody expected that to ever happen. It was probably the greatest fight that Chuck Webner ever had. And it actually was the base of the Sylvester Stallone movie Rocky.
Really?
So Rocky's character
that's interesting.
was based off of this journeyman boxer who took on a heavyweight champion. And of course, in Rocky makes it to the end of the fight and loses. Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen Rocky. But in real life, Chuck Webner, he was 19 seconds away from finishing a 15-round fight. So kind of a tragic story. He had a lot of demons that he dealt with, but this was probably the high point of his career, definitely his boxing career, and something that led to opened a lot of doors for him in the future. So.
Nice. Oh, that's a great story. Love it. Well, thank you for always bringing that. I think we're going to end early today because we're frozen. I'm frozen. It seems like we're having some issues with our internet here anyway. So you enjoy a chocolate covered raisin today, and we're going to go ahead and
enjoy the sunshine this weekend.
Yeah, we're going to have some sunshine, so that'll be really nice.
Yes,
so enjoy, and we will see you next week.
Stay safe.
Thanks, you too.